Hello, this is Maria, and welcome to another video highlighting one of the cards that is made for the class to go. And the topic is celebrating the women in our lives. So here's the card, and you're also going to decorate an envelope. Isn't this cute? Anyway, let's get started. We'll look at what you'll need to make the card. You have a Blushing Bride cardstock base with some Very Vanilla for the inside. And as well on the front, you have a mint macaron layer followed by a a Very Vanilla piece. As well, you will have an envelope that you will decorate. Okay, let's start stamping. And we're going to be stamping the flower, the large flower from the Art Gallery stamp, this one and this one. And the two colors we're going to use are Blushing Bride and Melon Mambo. Now for the more solid stamp, we're going to use Blushing Bride, and we're going to stamp two of them. I'm going to try getting them side by side. There's one, and there's the other. Now we're going to stamp the more detailed stamp with Melon Mambo. Now one nice thing about the watercolor look is that you don't have to match them up exactly. See what I mean? So you don't get all hung up about matching it exactly. Do the best you can. So there's the two. Now I'm going to stamp the leaves, and I'm going to use Old Olive. And if you don't have Old Olive, just use whatever color you have. There, I just had to change the block. Okay, now we'll need two of them, obviously one for each flower. Okay, so that's the stamping for that. Now, while we've got the inks out, let's just stamp the envelope. Here's what it looks like. You see that? There we go. Okay, and to do that, I'm using the smaller of the flowers, and I'm going to start again with Blushing Bride, and I'll start in the middle. Okay. And then I have a smaller stamp that I'll stamp that with Melon Mambo. There. There's the envelope. Okay, now I'm going to die cut these, so I'll be back in a second. Here we go. The miracle of video. I had them all die cut. So now that we can start putting our card together. Now before we do that, I'm going to take the Very Vanilla art piece, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a treatment. Now if you can see with the card, there's some very faint coloring in here, and that's mint macaron, and it is applied with the new blending brushes. Now I've got a piece of copy paper underneath here. We'll just bring it out to the side here, and we're going to take some mint macaron ink, and I'll just ink up the brush, and you can see a little bit of color on that. There's more ink on that than what you think. It would just take it off a little bit, and we don't need much ink, and we'll take it off from the side, and we'll just do a little bit of, now I like to apply this in layers, and when you put your finger on here, you get a more firm hold. Okay, I think I need a little bit more ink. Okay, I think this should do it. There we go. You probably see the color coming now. You don't need much. Now, if you don't have the blender brush, you can use a finger dauber. This gives a much better coverage. Okay, now we can apply our little flowers, and we'll do one here and one just underneath here. And I've done these with dimensionals. Now the leaves, I'll use Tombow for that. And I just like to position things first. Now also in your kit, now if you'll notice on the card, I put a little piece of ribbon there, but I think it's just as nice if we just take a piece of cardstock and do that, and then we can put our sentiment right there. So, okay, so I'll get some Tombow. You don't need much. You can see that I've already stamped on the other side of this piece. I don't like to waste paper. There we go. Okay, now I'll put this across. If you have ribbon, that's fine. But a little piece of extra mint macaron cardstock, just cut into about 1/8 of an inch. That works just as well. Okay, now I'll stamp the sentiment shortly, but I think what I'll do now is I'll just add this to the mint macaron layer. My Tombow glue wants to act up on me. Okay, that's good. You don't need very much. And now I'll add this to the Blushing Bride layer. And we'll add the Very Vanilla layer to the inside. There's the card, except for I'm going to do the sentiment. And I'm thinking of you, and I think I'll stamp it in mint macaron. It doesn't stamp very well on the silicone pad. There we go. And I think I'll use some, here we go, some dimensionals. I've got the little ones that work very well here. Now I just need to put some rhinestones in the center. Well, I don't seem to have my rhinestones here. But anyway, to finish off the card, you just put some rhinestones or some embellishments in the center. And there you have your card.